Now, I had this friend once, about your age. I don't know no more. Nobody does. So this friend of mine wakes up one morning, walks into the bathroom, and sort of glances at himself in the mirror. Making that tragic mistake of locking eyes with his own reflection. So he's staring at himself, giving himself one long, objective look. He decides he don't like what he sees, or not just physically, but as a person. So he heaves out his chest and swears to himself, I'm gonna make myself a better man. So he completely locks himself off from society and embarks on this campaign of self-betterment. And he don't just want to be a better man, he wants to be the perfect man. So he starts weeding out his bad qualities. Gets off the couch, starts losing weight, stops watching TV, stops eating meat, stops drinking, stops smoking, etc., etc. Now come to about a year later, and this friend of man emerges from his solitude a changed man. He's the absolute embodiment of his version of perfection. Physically, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, he is the epitome. He's got these huge Olympian shoulders and these 12-pack abs. He reads about 5 books a week, writes poetry, actively engaged in philosophical debate. He's a vegan. He's a philanthropist. He's renounced all worldly possessions, just living off the bare essentials. He is in every conceivable way the ideal man. Now, when he gazes into that mirror at his post-perfection self, he realizes there's something missing, some comfort imperfection that he just can't seem to locate. That one thing that once purged will finally allow him to attain absolute perfection. So what he does is for months, every day, he will spend hours and hours and hours just staring at himself in the mirror, trying to find this one physical, mental, emotional imperfection that once purged will finally bring total absolution. He wakes up in the morning to start his daily search. He walks over to that mirror. Right there, in the middle of his forehead, he finds this big, fat, pus-filled pimple. Just sitting there. And without a second thought, he just mechanically brings his fingers around this giant thing and pops it. And there it was. In that one moment, in that fraction of a second, in that one pop where the pus evacuated from his body, he feels that absolution, that feeling of purgation, that total, complete perfection that he's been chasing for so long. Then, in an instant, it's gone. He's back to where he was a minute ago. That unsatisfaction weighing even heavier on his soul. Now he was perfect again. His life was back to a perfect, essential, meaningless. Just nothing. He was purposeless. He needed that feeling of purgation again. It had become the locus of his entire existence. So he was perfect. No more pimples, nothing to purge. He was done. So what this friend of mine started doing was that every morning he'd order like 5 to 7 large pepperoni pizzas. And he went broke doing this, remember, because he'd given up all world luxuries, surplus currency being one of them. And he would order these pies, and of course his veganism prevented him from actually consuming them. But what he would do was, he'd make these large pizza masks. He'd cut out the eyeballs and mouth holes, And he'd wear these huge masks around his house all day. And every once in a while, he would gently massage the pizza into his face, really allowing that grease and oil soak deep into his pores. And when his face had soaked in all of that grease, he'd toss that pie and throw on another one. In the morning, he'd wake up with this heavy post-pizza face. He'd walk on over to that mirror, and his face would be covered in pimples. I mean, like mountains. There really wasn't much of a face there, actually. More of a rough, cracked canvas of stretching, bloated flesh. And then he'd stop popping them. I mean, hundreds of them. And with each pop, you feel that momentary satisfaction, that feeling of purgation, the ecstasy that accompanied with the removal of putrid waste from his body. There were some so huge and bulbous, and you had to sort of stab at them with a sewing needle, so that when it did pop, it would gush out with pus, with such incredible velocity out of that punctured hole. And when he was finally done, when yellow pus trickled down that mirror like sweat, when his face was nothing but deflated, saggy, blooded flesh, he'd pick up the phone and order 5 more pies. So what's the moral of the story? What do we learn about the futile journey of self-improvement? Well, it's just that. It's futile. Because when you take a step back and actually look at the glass ceilings before you, you realize that self-improvement is actually a synonym for self-destruction, and that the irrevocable conclusion is his acne-scarred face and a whole lot of pizza there.
Don't listen to him, Clint. Just turn around and go home.
My final question is this. What does a broken man have to teach?
This is just total crap. Clint, don't listen to him.
Shut up. Let him talk.
I'll tell you what. People just getting worse and worse every damn day.
Well, then teach them to...
Teach them? Why? So they can ridicule and spit back whatever you have to say? So they can cripple and humiliate you? Now it's noble that you want to try and help them. But do you really have to save them? What do they do to deserve salvation?
Just turn around and walk away. It's so easy. Just go.
I'll tell you what, the truth of the matter is, people hate strength, and they hate you for having it. That's just human nature. It's a stacked game. One man versus the innumerable masses, an ever-growing pool of adversaries. And you think that reading more books is going to solve that? That the eons of human deficiency can be solved at the shooting range?
Clint.
Shut up.
Why don't we bring this whole thing to a logical conclusion? Clint, is that you? Look at that thing before you. What has he done to deserve salvation?
Clint, I gotta tell you, I'm real confused. What are we doing in the graveyard?
My God, look at him. He's weak, malleable, easily deceived, hopelessly stupid. Honestly, Clint, you'd be doing him a favor.
Clint, what's going on?
Do it. Eradicate the obstacle that's stopping you from gaining your greatness.
Clint.
Hey, Clint,